Have you ever wondered what exactly happens when you go under anesthesia? How does it affect your consciousness? Welcome to Neuroscience News, your hub for the latest findings in the captivating world of neuroscience. Now let's dive into today's intriguing topic, the mystery of anesthesia and consciousness. The brain, as we know, is an intricate labyrinth, humming with activity and complex connections. One of the most perplexing challenges scientists face is understanding how anesthesia impacts our consciousness. How it takes us from the realm of awareness to the void of unawareness in a matter of moments. Recently, a study conducted by the brilliant minds at the Picower Institute for Learning and Memory at MIT has brought us a step closer to deciphering this enigma. This groundbreaking study zeroes in on the effects of a common anesthetic drug called propofol on a crucial part of our brain, the cortex. The cortex, a complex layer of the brain, is responsible for higher thought processes, including consciousness. What happens when propofol interacts with the cortex? How does it manage to put us under, to silence the ceaseless chatter of our conscious minds? These are the riveting questions that the researchers at MIT set out to answer. As we delve into the results of their study, we'll explore how sensory input behaves under the influence of propofol, how it reaches the brain but fails to spread as it would during wakefulness. It's as if the different parts of the cortex are disconnected, not on the same page, leading to a state of unconsciousness. This fascinating study is not just a step towards understanding the mystery of anesthesia and consciousness, but it also opens up a world of possibilities for the field of anesthesiology. It brings us closer to the day when anesthesiologists can actively monitor and adjust anesthesia during surgeries, ensuring patient safety and comfort. In the upcoming scenes, we'll dive deeper into the key findings of this study, discuss its implications, and ponder over the questions it leaves us with. So brace yourselves as we delve deeper into the effects of propofol on the brain's cortex. The mysteries of anesthesia and consciousness begin to unfold. The findings of this study are truly fascinating. Under propofol anesthesia, the brain still receives sensory input, but the signals don't spread as usual. It's like the different regions of the brain aren't communicating effectively. Let's delve a bit deeper into this. Imagine the brain as a grand orchestra, with each region playing a different instrument. Under normal circumstances, the orchestra plays in perfect harmony, each instrument complementing the others. However, when propofol anesthesia is introduced, it's as if the conductor has left the stage. The instruments can still play, but the harmony is lost. In the context of the brain, the instruments are the sensory reception areas. Even under anesthesia, they continue to receive sounds and tactile sensations. But the harmony, the coordinated activity that defines consciousness, is disrupted. The sensory signals fail to propagate to the higher cognitive regions of the brain. This lack of spread isn't due to a failure in the sensory reception areas. Rather, it's because the propofol prevents these signals from reaching other parts of the cortex, the areas responsible for processing and interpreting the sensory input. It's as if propofol has unplugged the communication lines within the brain, leading to a lack of synchronization across the cortex. This disrupted communication seems to be the key to understanding how propofol induces unconsciousness. It's not that the brain is entirely inactive under anesthesia. Instead, it's that the usual chatter between different regions of the brain has been silenced. The researchers at the Picower Institute for Learning and Memory at MIT used advanced techniques to observe this phenomenon. They placed electrode arrays in different areas of the cortex in animal models, measuring brain activity before and after administering propofol anesthesia. This allowed them to see firsthand how sensory information traveled, or rather didn't travel, through the brain under anesthesia. This insight into how propofol impacts brain activity could revolutionize the field of anesthesiology. This study has shed light on a long-standing mystery, bringing us one step closer to understanding the complex relationship between anesthesia and consciousness. Why is this study important? It suggests consciousness requires coordinated activity among different cortical regions. It's not enough just to activate one area. And this, my friends, has substantial implications for the field of anesthesiology. The findings from this study could usher in a new era of improved monitoring and adjustment of anesthesia during surgeries. Picture this. Anesthesiologists could actively monitor a patient's brain activity to ensure they are not experiencing intraoperative awareness. This means they would be able to detect when sensory signals reach the brain, but fail to propagate to higher cognitive regions, indicating that the patient is under the desired level of unconsciousness. It's a significant step towards more precise and personalized anesthesia care. Now, how did the researchers manage to get these insights? They used animal models and measured brain activity before and after administering propofol anesthesia. Electrode arrays were placed in different areas of the cortex, which allowed them to observe how sensory information traveled through the brain. It's like they were eavesdropping on the brain's conversation with itself, tracking the flow of information. But, even as this study shines a light on the mystery of anesthesia and consciousness, it also raises new questions for future research. The researchers noted that it's not a complete shutdown of the cortex that leads to unconsciousness, but rather, a suppression of communication within it. And this leads us to the next big question. How does propofol enforce this suppression? What's the gatekeeper that's blocking the flow of information through the cortex? These are the puzzles that future studies will need to address. Each new finding in neuroscience is like a piece of a giant jigsaw puzzle, bringing us one step closer to understanding the intricate workings of our brains. The answers to these questions could potentially revolutionize not just anesthesiology, but our understanding of consciousness itself. The next challenge for researchers is to understand how propofol enforces this suppression. What's blocking the information flow through the cortex? Before we wrap up, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to Neuroscience News for more fascinating insights into the human brain. The intricate world of neuroscience is at your fingertips, and we're here to help you navigate it. So, what's your take on today's topic? This latest study on general anesthesia and consciousness is truly intriguing, isn't it? Feel free to share your thoughts, insights, or even questions in the comments section. Let's keep this enlightening conversation about our incredible brains going. The field of neuroscience is ever evolving, and we're thrilled to be on this journey of discovery with you. Each new study, each new finding brings us one step closer to understanding the profound mysteries of the human mind. Remember, staying curious and informed is the key to unlocking the secrets of our brains. So stay curious, stay informed, and until next time, keep those neurons firing.